Hi crafty friends, welcome back to Create with Miss Jane. Today I have a really exciting card kit to show you. It's called Beautiful Blues and it's from the online exclusive kits collection in the annual catalogue from Stampin' Up. All of these particular kits are an online exclusive and you'll find them here on page 11 of the new catalogue. And this is the beautiful one that debuted this month. It's called Beautiful Blues Kit and it's $41 Australian and $49 in New Zealand. And I absolutely love it. I knew I had to grab it in the first month before it sold out. And you may remember I did a video on this one, heirloom arrangement kits. It's 2 videos ago on my channel if you want to go back and have a look. And I will leave the link to this video in the comments below. But this kit has just been restocked and I'm super excited because I definitely want to grab another one of these kits. So these are super affordable. Some of them have stamp sets and some of them don't. This one is called the Beautiful Blues Kit, and let me show you what you get inside the kit and then also the cards that I have created. And I'm going to be creating some of the cards with you today to show you. So you get this gorgeous little box. It comes in your order, and this is the Beautiful Blues instruction kits. I love them because they don't actually have any written instructions. It's all visual pictures and it shows you how to put the 3 cards together that you get in this kit. This one makes 9 cards, but of course they always come pre-patterned. So you can obviously make them into more than 9 cards. So you can click on the QR code here and go to the little video online and you can actually watch them assemble the cards. So if you want to make the cards exactly like you see here, you can watch a little video online and you can craft along. But this is also what you get in the kit. So you get the instructions, you get a block. So you get a little block to pop your stamps on. You get a beautiful stamp set. And I've already put some of the stamps onto blocks, so I will show you them. But this is the gorgeous stamp set. It says, sending love, wishing you comfort, you're in my thoughts. It's got this beautiful little leaf on it. So that's the beautiful stamp set that you get with it. And I love the exclusive stamp sets in these kits. You also get a little bit of thin tear and tape. You get some of the banners. I've used a lot of the banners already, but I'll show you that you get a full pack of banners. You get a little Stampin' Spot. This is the color Night of Navy, which is a really beautiful deep blue color. And I didn't have this in my collection, so I was really excited about that. You also get some Stampin' Dimensionals and some exclusive bling. This one is a beautiful blue sparkly gem, and I absolutely love it. I've used half of them already on the cards that I've created. And then these are the materials that you get for the card. So you will actually get 3 sets of these materials. I've only got 3 to show you here because obviously I have started creating the cards already and I've prepped everything to create some cards. So you'll get this card base, which you can fold in half and make a card, or you can cut this in half and make it into more cards. This is the second card base. This is the third card base. Then you get this little die cut frame, and then you also get these other beautiful punch out ephemera pieces, which I just love the blue combination. The blue and white classic combination of these cards is so stunning and gorgeous in person. And these makes really good thinking of you sentiments also, like for grief cards, sympathy cards, all that type of thing. You can change the sentiments and make them into happy birthday cards. So I've actually saved some of these elements because I'm going to make a scrapbooking page. So I wanted to save one of everything. And then you get the beautiful patterned envelopes. So I love these patterned envelopes. Sometimes I cut the envelopes up, but I actually really love these envelopes. So I want to keep them for my cards. So what I've done today is I have been inspired to create these cards from Rachel Tessman. She is one of my most influenced Stampin' Up demonstrators from America, and when I started with Stampin' Up a year ago, I fell in love with watching her videos. So all of these cards are inspired by Rachel Tessman. I just wanted to give her a shout out. But these are the cards I have created with some of the materials that I used. So I have cut the card bases in half so that I can get twice as many cards. So I'm going to go through and show you the little cards individually, and then we're going to make some because you'll see that they are super easy to create. So this one I used some Night of Navy cardstock. I've only added 1 sheet of cardstock, Night of Navy, and then I've also added 1 sheet of pattern paper, and I'll show you that in just a second. There's this one. I did a little bit of inking around the edges with the Night of Navy ink. This one I decided to cut that card base in half, so I cut that card base in half, used half here, and again I cut the blue card base in half as well, and then I just popped the beautiful ephemeras on there and the little sentiment. This one again, the same type of thing. I cut the large card base in half, and then I put one half on this card and one half on that card. I cut the other blue base in half, this particular blue base, cut that in half. I use that on one card, and I cut this one in half, so I've got it stretches over two cards, and then I popped the beautiful little ephemera there. You can see how beautiful the dots are. I just love the little blue sparkle of these beautiful gems in the sunlight. And then this one is pretty much exactly like the original card. I just added a little strip of paper underneath here, and then this one again I've just put one layer on instead of multiple layers on the card, just so that I could stretch my materials a bit further. So I'll show you what I've added to extend the amount of cards that I've created from this box, because obviously I wanted to make more than 9 cards. So all I've added was a sheet of Night of Navy cardstock and a sheet of white cardstock. So whatever dark blue cardstock you have, you could even maybe do a light blue cardstock. I've added one sheet of white cardstock, and then I decided I would go through my stash and I would get out a patterned piece of paper that I thought would complement the kit, and I wanted to jazz the cards up and make them a little bit more elevated. So I wanted to add gold or silver. So I did actually decide to add this sheet of paper, and I love this one because it is continuing from last year's collection into this year's collection. So I'll pop the link to all of the materials I've used in the comments below, but basically just the kit, one sheet of white cardstock, one sheet of blue cardstock, and then one sheet of this paper. But I did actually pull out some alternatives that you could use as well. These are some other pattern papers that are currently available that would go really beautifully with this kit as well. So you can just grab whatever you have for from your stash. And I've just basically cut this up, and you'll see how I cut it up as we make the cards. So let's get into creating the cards. They are super simple and easy. I'm going to start with this one. I have added my own white card bases. So these are 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 standard white cards, which I love to use. And then this one, I just cut the card base in half, and I'm just going to, I slightly cut that down just a little bit less than 4 1/4 by 5 1/2, just so I could have that little white border, and I thought that little white border would be really lovely. So I'm just going to get some of my tear and tape, and I'm just going to stick that down. So you can use your tape runner, you can use the green glue, whatever you like to stick your whatever adhesive you love to use. But I love the value of these kits. Some of them are around the $20 mark because they don't have stamps in them, and the ones that have stamps included are about around the $40 mark. So I really love the economic, I guess, value of these cards. You can make so many beautiful handmade cards from one little kit. And the beauty of these online kits is that we usually have 2 to 3 new kits launch every single month. And as I've been buying these little kits for the last year, and I have so many of them, and I just adore them, my advice to you is to always grab the kit in the month that it debuts, because usually by the second month, the first month, everyone has grabbed the kit, and then they have showed everybody how to make little alternatives to the kits and extend their kits, and how to make scrapbook pages and all sorts of stuff. But by the second month, it's usually sold out, and then we have to wait for it to be restocked. And sometimes that takes 2 or 3 months for it to be restocked. So I highly recommend that if you do love one of these kits, grab it in the month that it debuts, and then you won't be disappointed and having to wait for it to be restocked. So these are an online exclusive kit because they are always coming out every month. So now I'm just going to pop a little bit of this checkered, oh, actually I might have run out of tape runner. It's always the way, isn't it? I always say the party's over when we run out of our adhesive. So I'll just use a little bit of the tear and tape. It's just a little bit, sometimes a bit slower to use the tearing tape. And then my craft desk is going to get very messy now. So I'm just going to, let me bring in the card that we're actually making. Let me put that there. Just going to slightly put it off center and maybe put it more to the side. And I don't want to cover up too much of those beautiful florals. And then I'm going to show you how to pop the stamp on the stamp block. So these are the little blocks that you get with your kits. So you'll get the Stampin' Spot, the stamp, and you'll get the block in every single one of your kits. So I've got an amazing collection of these little stamp blocks, but I prefer to use my bigger stamp block. So I'm going to pop one of these sentiments on here. You just peel it off. This is a photopolymer stamp, and then which is the clear back stamps, and then I'm just going to place that across my stamp block. And then I like to actually turn the stamp over, and then I get my little Stampin' Spot, and then I just lightly press it on to make sure that I have it well inked. And I just find this is the easiest way to use the Stampin' Spot. I have seasoned my stamp as well. And then I'm just going to line this up and press down. Usually hold it for 2 to 3 seconds. Always put your lid on the Stampin' Spot because you never want to have any accidents. And then we're going to grab out our gems. So you can see that these cards actually take about 5 minutes to make. So you'll have so much fun. You'll be able to make all of these cards in one session when you sit down and create them. I had so much fun the other night making my cards, chopping up the card bases and extending them. So now I'm just going to pop this in sort of slightly to the right side of the card, and then I like to add 3 gems. So I'm going to use my pickup tool. I think that's what it's called. I think it's a pickup tool. I don't know all of the names of everything yet. I've been having too much fun playing with everything to remember all the names of everything. But that is our card. Make sure we've got it opening the right way. And then you can stamp something on the inside as well. I stamped a few of the leaves, which comes in the stamp set. This beautiful leaf, which is really, really pretty. So you can stamp that on the inside as well. So that's card 1, number 1 done. Now we're going to do card number 2. So this is card number 2. This one is really, really easy. So this is where I have got that large sheet of specialty gold foil paper, and I have trimmed this down. So I trimmed this down to just slightly under 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So it's going to cover the whole of the card base. So let me just use my tear and tape to stick that down. So if you have bought any of these beautiful kits from Stampin' Up, I would love to know in the comments which one is your favorite and whether you like to grab them every month. There is a brand new one coming out next month for demonstrators, which is a scrapbooking kit, and that will be available on the 1st of July, I think, for customers, or early July for customers. It's coming out on the 3rd of June for demonstrators, and we have an amazing special at the moment. You can join Stampin' Up for $169 and become a Stampin' Up demonstrator just like me. We have an amazing team of really positive, happy, creative ladies in Australia that I would love for you to join us. And you get to choose $303 worth of Stampin' Up product of your choice for $169, and then you get all the perks of being a demonstrator. So I really love the white on white look here, but I'm going to pop the blue on there. And what I love about the tearing tape that actually came in the kit is it's really nice and thin and fine. So you can actually use this tearing tape that came in the kit, and it goes over the little frame perfectly. So I've kind of simplified these cards down a little bit according to the directions, and I'll show you the directions in just a second, just so that I could extend the cards and make a few more. But you don't have to do that. You could make the card exactly like it was. So this is the card that was created. It used the stencil over the top of that darker blue color. I think that's Blueberry Bushel. And then it used the little floral accent over the top. So there was actually quite a lot of elements on that card. But I like the simplicity of the white and the blue together. So I'm just going to peel all these bits off. This is what's the most annoying thing about tear and tape. It's trying to peel all this off, especially if you don't have nails like me. Okay, and you can pop a little bit of glue. Oops. Just pop a little bit of glue on these bigger pieces here. Don't have to do much of it. And then we're going to line our card up, and then we're going to just eyeball popping that down like so. And this definitely can't lift this up if it's not perfect, but that's okay. That's the touch of handmade cards. Make sure we've got it opening the right way. And then I'm just going to pop my sentiment here. So I've used a different sentiment here. I've used You're in My Thoughts. And then I need to grab some of the Stampin' Dimensionals. Here they are. Let me know below if you are like a tidy crafter and you like to tidy up as you go, or whether you're a messy crafter and you let your craft room just become a mess and then you tidy it up at the end of your craft session, or maybe you only tidy your craft room up at the end of the week. I'd love to know in the comments below. I'm also on the road to 1,000 followers, and once I hit 1,000 followers, I will be able to go live and do live paper crafting sessions with everybody. So I'm really excited about that. So if you haven't already followed along with my channel, I try to pop up weekly videos. And sometimes I just show my artwork, and other times I do little craft sessions with you all. So now I'm just going to pop the gems on. I always think gems like always look good in threes, and I always try to pop the gems on in like a little triangle fashion. So I don't know if you can see, but you can see that subtle gold checkered background. It looks really beautiful. So there's card number 2. And then the last card is where I actually cut the Night of Navy cardstock. And I think this is 4 1/4 by 4 1/4 by 11, because that's 5 1/2 by 2. Then I scored it in the middle, and then I'm actually going to pop this on the back. So I've cut down a white piece of cardstock. You won't actually need to use much white cardstock. And you can also use, when you do cut the card base, which is this one, this particular card base, when you cut that in half and use that on a card, you've actually got this white piece of card here, so you could use that and just trim it down a little bit to pop inside your card, so you won't actually even need white cardstock. And then I use the leaf stamp to stamp on there. So this is the last card that we're going to make together. And this one, I just got the blue card base and I just chopped it down. And then this was inspired by Rachel Tessman's cards, but I've just put my own little Jane twist on it. Actually, I want to save that thin tape. I like to save my materials. Oh my gosh, look how messy my desk has got. But that is okay. We are having fun paper crafting. So I'm just going to pop the tear and tape on here. Sorry, I'm probably shaking the camera. This is going to be one of my a bit longer videos. Usually my videos are about 10 minutes long. This one is going to be slightly longer. I've also been creating some gorgeous scrapbooking workshop kit pages, so I'll be sharing those with you very soon as well. So now we're just going to pop this across and try to pop this in the center of our card base. You could ink the edges with that as well. And then I've grabbed a little strip of this gold. Again, let's put some tear and tape on here. So I'm trying to use all the materials that came in the kit. And I haven't really even used a whole sheet of this piece of paper, but I just liked to add a little gold touch. I think it looks really nice with the, it's like very fresh with the white and the gold. Oh, I'm going to put that up a little bit higher. Normally I have my Versamat sitting under here, so I use that to line it up. And then this bit is the bit that I actually cut off, and I'm just going to flip that over, and then I'm going to stamp on that. And then I've got my little piece here that I'm going to raise up on foam tape. So let's put the foam tape on that first. And we're nearly done. You can see that these cards only take a few minutes to create. That should be enough. So let's see which sentiment we can pop on here. I think we can still do this one, You're in My Thoughts. I really like that one. I do also like the Sending Love. I think I might do this one, the You're in My Thoughts, just so I can make the cards a little bit different. I always like to make different variations of cards, or make a horizontal card or a vertical card. And then we can count how many cards we've made at the end. And then I will make a scrapbook page, and I will also share the scrapbook page with you as well. I'm going to put this right over to the edge. Hold it down for 3 seconds and then lift up, and then stick this one down. I think we only need one bit of tape in the middle here. So if you don't already know about the Stampin' Rewards program, it just got introduced, I think, in late March or early April. We now have the Stampin' Rewards program. So when you do shop on my online Stampin' Up website, you will get 10% back in credit. So if you spend $40, say, on a kit like this, you'll get back $4 credit to spend on your next purchase. So I am actually saving up all of my Stampin' Rewards, and I'm going to buy the little stamp emboss die cut machine, because I would love that machine, but it's over $100. So I'm actually going to save up all of my rewards. I might actually put it this way, do something a little bit different, so I can get that. And we also have Album Retreat at the moment. Album Retreat just launched yesterday, which is a 12 layout scrapbooking online event where you purchase all of the pre-made materials to make the scrapbook pages, and then you can tune into the 3-day online event and create the pages. So that's just been announced on my website as well. So there is the final card. So that one looks really, really pretty. I love how that one turned out. So let's count all of our cards. We have 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 cards already. So I have created 9 cards from this kit, and I have the materials left over here to create a scrapbook page. So I still have all of these materials. I could create another 2 cards with this one. I have some little boxes still left over, some little sentiment boxes left over, so I can definitely create a scrapbook page with these or some more cards. And then I have the matching little envelopes. So I hope you enjoyed this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. I know this was a little bit longer of a video, but I hope it inspired you to grab one of the kits that you fancy from the online kits collection and give it a go of how to extend your cards and make them go a little bit further. That's a wrap on today's card making session from my craft room. I hope you enjoyed the beautiful blues collection from Stampin' Up. Don't forget to like and subscribe to this channel for more crafting fun, and I'll see you in my next video.